Hey, Phantom here, coming back at you with another baking video. Today we are making a strawberry Jell-O cake. I've had this cake before at a family occasion. I didn't know how they made it, but it was really tasty. And as I was looking for recipes on Pinterest, I was like, wait a minute, I think I've seen this somewhere before. This cake is a really nice warmer weather cake because it was pretty light. You know how sometimes you eat dessert after dinner and you're like, my God, maybe I shouldn't have. This isn't one of those desserts. It's not incredibly heavy, like it's not gonna sit in your stomach like a rock after eating. It was light, it was airy, it's flavorful. The Jell-O really adds a nice flavor into the cake. The cake just has very nice, pretty spring/summery vibes, which is where we're entering sort of right now. Perfect for Memorial Day weekend coming up. I'd say this cake was easy enough to put together. It could feed a crowd of people. So I'm going to use fresh strawberries to decorate the Jell-O cake today. The author of the recipe says you could use regular vanilla frosting from the store to decorate the top of the cake. I'm going to use Cool Whip because I think it will pair nicely with the fresh strawberries and the strawberry Jell-O inside of the cake. Stick around to the end of the video. I'll give you my full review on the cake as well as any tips I had while making it. Those of you that are new here, these are not my recipes. If you have any questions or concerns, you want to see how to make the recipe, you can head to the recipe link in the description. I find the recipes online and then I test them out and review them on the channel. Make sure you go give the authors proper credit, like their recipe, comment. Make sure they're getting the support and the recognition for their recipes. But yeah, that's it. This recipe I feel is perfect for summertime, Memorial Day weekend. It is light, airy, enjoyable. It has those nice summer flavors paired with the berries. It's not incredibly heavy on the stomach. So, like, comment, subscribe. Tell your ghosts about me. Tell your demons about me. Tell your friends about me. All right, let's go. Yay, Shadow! What's up? What are you doing?
Yay, Jell-O! Hey, how's it going?
Year of hitting the good doctor. What? Ah.
What the hell are you doing?
Jim Michael screaming. I hope that can be in your video.
I hope so. We'll see if it gets
You just turn the volume up so that way in the background you hear. "Ah." I guess the problem was me, not the guitar.
Yeah.
How about that?
Alright, let's do the review. This cake was delicious, and I'm really glad that I used the Cool Whip instead of the regular vanilla frosting. I'm sure it would taste fantastic with that as well. I don't personally think it would make it too sweet, but I just felt like fresh fruit always goes better with Cool Whip. I am definitely going to make this recipe again. My family loved it. It was extremely easy. All you have to do is throw the cake together, let it cool, do the Jell-O, poke the holes, pour the Jell-O over the cake. Then you put it in the fridge, and voila, you're ready to go, kiddo. I think you can let the Jell-O cool a little bit before you pour it over the cake, because you saw in the video, as I was pouring the Jell-O, I was like burning my hand. And so it didn't get really that evenly distributed throughout the cake, because I was like as I'm trying to pour it. But it still turned out fine. And you see, as I'm cutting the cake, I'm like, what the hell? Some pieces you couldn't really see that strawberry filling in there, but I kept going because I knew I'd get a piece eventually where you could see the filling in there. I think I went too far in the cake with the spoon poking the holes. She said only to go halfway through poking the holes in the cake. So if you want the Jell-O to be more like towards the center, make sure that you don't go all the way down. I think it turned out fine though. I'm just trying to think of things that I didn't think of while I was doing this. She changed the recipe on the back of the cake box. I used Pillsbury cake mix. Her recipe required a different amount of ingredients than what was on the box. So it was a little bit less oil, and I think it was less egg whites. I decided to follow her recipe like down to the T, and I'm glad I did, because that kind of made this cake taste more reminiscent of a shortcake. It made it just light and airy and fluffy. And when I make the white cake mix from the box, from Pillsbury in particular, I always run into a problem with it somehow. Like it's sinking in the middle, or it's not done, or it's too done. Like I always had an issue with, I just always had an issue with it. But this time I didn't. Like when I followed her recipe, it came out perfect. And it did kind of taste more like, with the fresh strawberries, the Cool Whip and all that, like a strawberry shortcake. Hey, come here. Is there anything you would like to add of your opinion on the recipe?
It's light. The whipped cream replacement of the frosting was definitely a good call, because like frosting's kind of heavy. It's super sweet. Customization's good. You could do like matching fruit to Jell-O. So you like blueberries, do blueberry Jell-O, blueberries on top.
That's
like
so funny. I just said that because I was saying if you want to do like 4th of July, you could definitely do like blueberries and strawberries on top.
Yeah, like put orange Jell-O in the middle, put oranges on top. Like you do.
I think it'd be fine with regular frosting too. I realized it really wasn't an overly sweet cake.
No, but that's what I feel like is a little. It just doesn't. To me, when you put like strawberries, it kind of feels like it should be whipped cream.
Right.
Like strawberries and frosting to me it just feels like it should be whipped cream.
Yeah, and you're picking it out of the frosting, and then it stayed good in the fridge too. After
yeah, the next day it was very good.
So the recipe says to leave the cake in the fridge for at least an hour, but the author of the recipe really recommends 2 to 3 hours. And I could really see that, because so we had the cake the first day, but the flavors in the fridge really developed overnight, and you really got that strong Jell-O flavor coming through. So you could even make this the day before something, do the Jell-O and the cake part, leave it overnight, and then do your Cool Whip and your fruit like before you serve it, if you want to keep it fresh. It stayed good in my fridge. With my family, it didn't last longer than a day, so I'm not sure about how long. So if you want specifics to that, I'd say go to the recipe link in the description. If you're using fresh fruit and you have leftovers, I would say probably not longer than 3 days would be your max with the homemade cake and everything. But it depends on where you live, it depends on the temperature, it depends on the temperature of your fridge, it depends on a lot of things usually. So just be aware of that. But yeah, no, when you let the flavors really sit in the fridge for a while, this is one of those things that's probably just going to get tastier and tastier.
Yeah, I felt like the fridge kind of enhances the things that it's made of. Like, you want whipped cream to be kind of cold. You want cold strawberries. So Jell-O is cold. You don't eat any of those warm. So like, it works when it comes like fresh out of the fridge. It was kind of better.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like. Even with a scoop of ice cream, you're good to go.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this is the perfect summertime, springtime dessert, and I highly recommend it. Perfect recipe for graduations. This is also another recipe where you can make your own customizations. For example, like if you were doing like a 4th of July, you could add blueberries on top. You can mix in different kinds of Jell-O, other things on top of it. Like you can definitely experiment with this recipe. But yeah, I highly recommend this recipe. Hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.